Ashley Scher. I am the founder and CEO of ShareLove.Fund. Today, we are in week 37 of our RCYT, Registered Children's Yoga Teacher Training. Each week, we have a pose of the week. This week, we have wheel. I'm just going to briefly push up to it, and then we will have a wonderful feel-good class. This is wheel. Why do we have a pose of the week? We have a pose of the week because it's kind of hard to remember a whole bunch of poses, and at ShareLove.Fund, we believe in no tests and quizzes and learning through kinetic learning and repetition. And by breaking it down with one pose a week, we can think about that pose in our meditation. We can think about the muscles used in that pose as we warm up into it, and we can take a whole integrated approach about the pose and the side effect of doing that, meaning that unintended, but we're intending it, natural consequence of doing that is that you will remember that pose forever. As one of my teachers would joke, you'll remember it 15 minutes after your death. Even Mr. Bones, who's gone through our program, that's a lie. He's plastic. Not from LA, just like for real plastic. I'm just kidding, I'm from LA, so I can say those things. Anyway, even Mr. Bones knows this pose. Not really, that's a joke. Today we have Peter Iacobello in the studio. We are so blessed to have him. He is really the brains behind the business. Our Kripalu lineage at the ShareLove.Fund Yoga School is based on Peter's teachings, and he brings a wonderful, rich history of yoga to the practice, and we're so blessed to have him in the studio today. From his new studio in Westport, Connecticut, Presence Wellness. I will give Peter the floor. I have all my little things that I need, and I encourage you to pause us and get the things that you need to, so that once you're here, you can be fully present.
Thank you so much, Ashley, for that introduction. Hello, everyone in YouTube land. Thank you so much for that introduction and providing this platform. And just to piggyback off of what you said, one other side effect of doing one pose at a time is that because the way we break it down, go into it and come out of it, you can dedicate a whole entire class and make that class a peak pose. So, you know, so we're doing 36, the 200 hour, we did pose of the week, the 52 with a couple of weeks of review in there. You can make each class, you can make a class every single week out of one pose. Just know that. I mean, our class, you could do all the other poses, but peak pose today is XYZ pose. So just know there are a lot of side effects, good ones, when it comes to teaching one pose at a time in each class. I actually highly recommend this type of teaching. It's amazing. Most yoga teacher trainings, they try to cram it all in. And I guess it works for them, but it doesn't work for everybody. So with that said, thank you for letting me gibber here a little bit, but I'm always, when there's something positive to say, I try to, not embellish it, I try to add to it so that we have a little bit further, you know, can further our experiences and just sharing my story, my experience, so that it can help someone or no one.
Totally, like we build, that's what's so incredible about collaboration and shared energy, and you know, it's like that song, The Power of Two.
Power of Two, exactly.
And now we have like the power of, you know, exponential growth with YouTube, and may we all inspire us. And I love that. I love that YouTube, for all of you, in case you don't know, that words we say are transcribed as part of the live video. So as Peter gets into the meditation and the class, you actually have this script entirely accessible to you. You can copy paste it and put it in a Google Doc and use it as your own meditation or own script, or edit it to customize it to your clientele. And this is a wonderful way that we don't need to reinvent the wheel. Our purpose here is not to keep things to ourselves, obviously. And that is why we are a charity and why we are providing this live on YouTube, so that we may all inspire each other.
Yes, we're all about inspiring each other, and believe me, by being here, even though virtually you're here, not physically, it inspires me to be here for you as well. And please share any comments, concerns. Again, as we teach yoga, as we move into some advanced poses, please check with yourself. If the offering of the pose is not to your liking, you feel uncomfortable, don't feel defeated by that discomfort. Discomfort is discomfort. Maybe one day you'll do it, maybe one day you won't. But just know that not every single pose is for everybody. I personally don't do headstands. So there you go. Or handstands. Don't feel comfortable. Maybe one day I will, maybe one day I won't. We'll see. But you have to stay within your comfort zone, especially in advanced poses. Especially in advanced poses. So with that said, let's come into, and thank you Ashley for demonstrating the pose at the beginning of this segment here, so that people can envision themselves in the pose. So with that said, we're going to create a little meditation, visualization around wheel pose. Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheel pose. So in this meditation, just begin to close your eyes or have a soft gaze. And then imagine all of your muscles just softening, easing. Imagine the body being fluid, like water, so that we can ease and mold into any space we can envision. The practice of yoga is about easing, forming, molding, not muscling. Forming and molding into each space, each pose, each asana. And remember, it is a practice. My guru, my teacher, his teacher said something very powerful. Practice, practice, practice. Those were his powerful recommendations. Life is about practice. Yoga is about practice. Your profession is about practice. We're always in the practice of practices. So be gentle with yourself. See yourself in Urdhva Dhanurasana, or wheel pose. See yourself there. Urdhva Dhanurasana, or wheel pose, is a big ask of the body. Requires focus, requires flexibility and strength. It is a tremendous heart opener, as well as a back, upper body, lower body, leg, glute, entire back body from heels all the way through the arms and hands. Strengthen it. And on your next inhale, fill the belly like a balloon as you inhale through the nose. And then pause at the top of that breath. And then exhale through the mouth. 3 more cycles of breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. And then very, very slowly begin to imagine yourself in this pose. Just see yourself in it. Envision. And then maybe begin to allow your eyes to float open. And then walk your hands forward to get stretch in your lower back. Relaxing your shoulders, your neck, upper body, lower body. Arms lengthening forward. And then begin to walk your hands over towards the right side. Press your left hip down. One more breath. Inhale, walk the hands to center. Exhale over to the left side. Inhale, walk the hands to center. And then now walk your hands wide. Have your arms really wide. No, not like this wide. Yeah, there you go. And then reach forward. Keep the elbows lifted. Now imagine you had a ball in each hand. Tense your fingertips. Keep walking your hands forward. Keep pressing your hips back. Create stretch in your shoulders. Let your head completely release to earth. Hold this for 3 more breaths. Inhale.
Undid. Live flips and flippers and all. But also, since I'm up, I'm gonna just grab some leg warmers. Super love to be cozy. So sometimes Peter and I disagree on temperature.
I like refrigerator temperature.
I like hot yoga.
You can make it comfortable.
Okay,
I
but
think
you know,
actually
good hospitality.
Yes.
You know, the guest prevails. Okay, so now that we've
All right, so
totally lost.
that's okay. Now walk your hands behind you and then extend your legs out in front. Bend your knees and then bring your feet, your legs apart, and let's windshield wipers our legs back and forth. Keep it going back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. No more refrigerator temperature. And then now hold your knees over towards the left side. And then come down onto your forearms. Here you go. And then keep your head neutral. Don't drop your head back, because you'll be doing that enough in the wheel. Keep your head nice and neutral. Press down through your forearms. Inhale the knees up to center. Exhale over to the right side. So why are we doing all this back bending work and getting everything loose? Because wheel is a big pose. So we're easing ourselves into this. And we're gonna do a whole bunch of heart openers, whole bunch of back bends, so that we can prepare ourselves for wheel pose. Inhale, draw the body to center, and then bring the soles of the feet together, and then lie back.
Okay, see you guys.
See you later. Have fun.
Have a good one.
Don't do what I wouldn't do.
Let me know if I drool. Or snore.
If you snore, I'm going to bring the camera closer.
I'm sure somebody has fallen asleep live on YouTube. It's
Oh, of course. Of course.
A 20-hour, not 20-hour.
Of course. Of course. And then very, very slowly.
I just want to say, this is why yoga is awesome, because this right here counts as exercise.
Yes, it
This
does.
is called exercise. I love it.
And then from here, begin to draw the knees together. And then bring the arms alongside your palms face down and extend your legs toward the sky. Dead bug. So see, we're in a back bend phase right here. We're just doing everything to ease up into our back bend. And then from here, begin to extend your arms toward the sky. Palms facing in towards one another, shoulders down away from the ears. Gotta get our core nice and strong. And then from here, begin to lower the right leg down toward the earth. Slow. And then come on up. The right leg. And then left leg down. Inhale. And exhale. Up. Good. Inhale down with the right leg. Exhale up. Inhale down with the left. Exhale up. One more on each side. Slower. Inhale down. Exhale up. Last one. Inhale down. Exhale up. Beautiful. Now extend both legs toward the sky. Keep everything pointed toward the sky. Nice and strong. Nice and strong. Breathe. Breathe. And then hug the knees to chest. And then from here, plant the feet onto the earth. Hands alongside you. Walk your heels towards the fingertips. And then from here, gently begin to press your hips up toward the sky. Go slow, slow, slow. Now lift your chin to create space. Now, lean forward into the balls of the feet and then lift your chest. Yes, lift your chest even higher. Good job, Ashley. So here we are in a little bit more of a back bend. A little bit more of a back bend. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and then very, very slowly begin to lower the hips toward the earth. Bring the knees together and extend the legs toward the sky. Back to dead bug. Now extend your arms toward the sky. slowly plant your feet onto the earth. And then now arms out to the sides like airplane wings. And let's go back to do some more windshield wipers with the legs. I'm going to begin to go back and forth. Inhale, center, exhale, over. Inhale, center, exhale, over. Inhale, center, exhale, over. Inhale, center, exhale, over. Now, take your right ankle on top of your left knee. Now, reach your hands onto the ground. Keep them onto the ground, but above you. Above you. So onto the ground. Yeah, now, begin to interlace your hands above you and press the backs of your shoulders down. So this helps open up the shoulders and chest and hip flexor for our wheel pose. And then from here, begin to slowly take the right foot off, the right ankle off the left knee, and then bring the knees over towards the left side. Left ankle on top of right knee. Okay, lower that left foot down, and then from here, draw the knees to chest, and give yourself a nice big hug. Come into a happy baby. And unfortunately, we're gonna start taking this up a notch, just teasing. There goes the smile. Sway your hips side to side. And then
a big smile, by the way, is code for help. This is really
exactly.
I tell people like the bigger the issue, the bigger the smile.
That's right. Now from here, plant your feet onto the earth. Let's plant the feet onto the earth, and we're gonna come back into a bridge pose.
But no issues in happy baby.
Yes.
That's happy spot.
Walk you did exactly what I would love wanting you to do. Reach your hands beneath you. Now, see if you can hold your hips with your hands. Yeah, now walk your shoulders beneath you even more.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
tuck it my
Nice, Ashley. Keep pressing your hips up. Lift your chin to create air in the lungs. Lift your chest now. And then shift your weight forward just a bit. Good. Now lift your hips even higher.
This is a great way, I've never done it like this, but this is a great way to, for our incarcerated women who may not have blocks. Some of them do have blocks. We have donated blocks, but for the ones that don't, this is like a built-in block.
Yes. Also, a little bit more hip opener for our wheel pose. And we're starting to get the arms involved a little. Breathe, Ashley. Breathe. And then you slide the hands out from beneath. And then lower the hips to earth. And then come back to a happy baby. Now we're gonna prep the arms. Legs are prepped, core is prepped, back body's prepped. Now we're going to prep the core a little bit, and we're gonna prep the upper body, neck, shoulders, and arms. How do we do that? Okay, from here, reach your hands behind the knees, and then roll yourself forward and back. If anyone is unfamiliar with this is my favorite pose. Going back and forth, simple, engaging your core. Going into plow pose, coming into boat, plow to boat. All right, now coming to having a seat. And then from here, you're gonna be facing forward, you're gonna be facing that way. Don't worry, extend, bring your arm,
Okay.
I'm not letting you get away with this yet. Now, from there, I said, remember, prep our core. So now, shoulders down away from the ears. Now, just simply lift the right leg. You can hold on. Hold here. Belly in. Peel the heart forward. Drop the chest down. Good. And lift the left leg. Good. And then go back to right. Go slow, slow, slow. And then left. Now, hold the left. And now lift the right. Nice job, Ashley. Breathe here. Lift your heart, lift your chest. And now extend your right arm. Bring the right arm down. No, I mean, right where it was before. And then left arm. Left arm back. Now extend the right. Now extend the left. Nice job. Breathe, Ashley. Breathe. Bring your hands a little closer together. Engage that core. Smile. Smile. Breathe. Draw your chest open. Lift your heart. 1,000 more breaths. No, just one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, reach under and rest for a moment. Good job, Ash. Give yourself a little hug there or lean forward, whatever you gotta do. Just give yourself a little hug there. Very cool. Very, very cool. Now, I'm going to ask you to come into tabletop. A lot of stuff just for this one pose. Why? Because it's such a big pose. Tuck the toes. Yeah, just let's do some cat-cows. Just do some cat-cows. That cat-cows, cat-cows. Awesome. A few more. I'm going to do a little bit more core prep, just a little bit. Now, from here, come to a neutral spine, and then tuck your toes and lift your knees a ½ inch up off the earth. Just a ½ inch. Get that core involved. Breathe. Now, inhale. Exhale, press yourself up into downward facing dog. Knees are bent. Press your chest towards your knees, and you're not sliding. Good, 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 good. And then from here, begin to straighten out the legs. Spread the fingertips wide. Good job, Ashley. And then come forward into plank. Lower the forearms down to the earth. And then walk your feet in to come into an inverted into dolphin pose. Press your chest towards your knees. Couple more breaths. And then from here, walk the feet back out to plank, forearm plank. Hold it as Ashley's favorite pose. Now, just one at a time. I'm just going to do it 2 times on each side. Kick the right leg up and down, left leg up and down. Right leg up and down, left leg up and down. Drop the knees, child pose. See?
Yoga boot camp. But those are kind of fun exercises for those of you teacher trainees that are looking to incorporate yoga into a PE class.
Yes.
The plank and forearm plank are great ways to do that.
Great way. It's also a great way to prep and warm up the upper body, get the blood flow into the shoulders and neck. You don't want to, I mean, some people are gifted, they can just go right into wheel pose or Urdhva, Dhanurasana cold. Don't recommend it. I recommend doing some heart openers, getting some blood flow to the upper body, lower body, get the core fired up. This way, when you go into it, your body's a little bit more open. And then from here, I'd love for you to tuck the toes under, come into cat-cows again. Tabletop cat-cows. Inhale, exhale. Spread your fingertips wide. Breathe in, breathe out. One more. Now, tuck your toes under, inhale, spread your fingertips wide, exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. In this down dog, press your chest towards your knees. Inhale, rise up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, lower your heels. Inhale, rise up onto your tippy toes, exhale, lower the heels. Inhale, rise up onto your tippy toes, exhale, lower the heels. Press your chest towards your knees again. Stretch the entire back body, hamstrings, glutes. And then inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. Inhale, forward to plank. Come onto the forearms. Beautiful. Now, right leg lifts, left leg lifts, up and down. Yeah, just keep marching. Get the core, glutes, hamstrings. How many should we do, class? 1,000? Just a couple more, just 2 more. 1 and 2, child pose. It's Ashley's favorite pose. You see the big smile under the hair.
All day.
You see the big smile under the hair that's covering your face.
The reward.
Exactly.
Yoga had me at child's pose.
Yes, exactly.
My first class. You could go to child's pose whenever you want. Oh, like sign me up for that.
Exactly. Breathe, Ashley. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now from here, I'd love for you to come into Sphinx pose. And we're going to get a lot of blood flow between the shoulders with Sphinx pose. So pick the right leg up. Imagine somebody pulling it straight behind you and then down. Left leg, extend it straight back and then down. Now bring your elbows in towards the ribs. Spread your fingertips wide. Draw the shoulders away from the ears and lengthen through the crown of the head. If I may, can I come in and give you an adjustment?
Yeah, thanks.
So generally, when you're teaching one-on-ones, you can do this if you like, only if the student feels comfortable. I'm actually going to come over Ashley, bring her shoulders back, and then lengthen the crown of her head. Shoulders back, lengthen the crown of the head, and then I'm going to ask her to peel her heart open just a bit, and then engage her glutes, squeeze the legs together. Good. Now, she's in a back bend. This is a big back bend. This is great for posture. Sometimes if you're just feeling this, any type of back bend, want to do something gentle, but yet very effective, this is a great posture, Sphinx pose. If you want to take this up a notch, which we will do, I'm going to ask Ashley just to lift her elbows an inch into seal pose. Just lift your elbows an inch. Spread the fingertips even wider. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Peel your heart forward and then up. Good, Ashley. Breathe. Breathe. This preps us for wheel pose, believe it or not. Squeezing our glutes, getting our hamstrings, strengthening the upper body. This is tremendous strength on the upper body. Shoulders, triceps, biceps, chest, rhomboids, rotator cuff muscles. And now I'll ask Ashley to lower her forehead down to earth, create a little pillow for herself, bend the knees, sway her hips side to side. Good job, Ashley. And then from here, slowly begin to make your way back with your feet. Yep, straight out. And then draw your arms alongside you. Palms facing down. And then from here, draw your shoulders away from the ears. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Tuck your chin. No, tuck the chin. Yeah, that's the other tuck. And then press your tops of your feet down. Lift the upper body and hands. Arms as well. Arms as well. Beautiful. Tuck your chin ever so slightly. Yes. On a neutral spine. And now lift the lower body. Beautiful. Now bring your arms into cactus arms with the elbows bent. Good. Be mindful of your wrists. Relax your wrists. Make a fist. When somebody hyperextends their wrist, I have to make a fist. And now extend your arms directly out in front. Superman pose. Good job, Ashley. Palms facing in if you'd like. Good job. Nice neutral. Keep reaching back with the legs. Keep reaching forward with the arms. Bring your head down just a bit. Good job, Ashley. Breathe here. It's a really intense core pose. And then press yourself back to child pose. Knees as wide as possible. As wide as possible. reason why I'm pressing her lower back down is to get the stretch, because she did a little compression. When you do any back bends, you're compressing the lower spine in a healthy way. You're strengthening the lower spine. Right through here, the sacrum, strengthening your tailbone, strengthening your lumbar spine. Strengthening the glutes. And then from here, Ashley, slowly begin to make your way into tabletop, and let's do a few cat-cows.
It's really interesting, like after getting a deep stretch with the assist, I feel like I can go deeper into the cat-cow.
Awesome. It's also because we did the Sphinx pose and did Superman that your thighs are a little bit more stretched. Now, one more big back bend for you. Before we even go into our full Urdhva Dhanurasana wheel pose. And now from here, actually, I'm going to ask you to make your way down onto your belly into Sphinx pose again. Now, again, in Sphinx pose, spread the fingertips wide. Press into the base of every finger. Good. That gets the triceps. Did you feel your triceps turn on as soon as you did that?
Yep.
And now from here, draw your triceps into your ribs, your elbows into the ribs. Yeah. Lengthen through the crown. Good. And then a slight bend in your elbows. Just lift your elbows just a bit. Yeah, that's it, just a half inch. And then from here, begin to lower your forehead down toward the earth and extend your arms forward. Good. Now, press the tops of your hips down and come into Superman pose. From Superman, come into cactus arms. From cactus arms, lengthen the arms straight back behind you. Now bend your knees. Reach back with the right hand, grab the right ankle, left hand, grab the left ankle. And now lift as you press it. Pressing your feet into my hands. Yes, even more, even more. Good job, Ashley. Now up. Beautiful. Hold this. Relax your head forward just a bit. Good job, Ashley. This is an amazing prep. Bow pose, or Dhanurasana, is an amazing prep for wheel pose. 2 more breaths here, Ashley. 1 more. And then very, very slowly begin to release and then come into child's pose.
Bow pose is also great because it stretches your arms.
Yes.
I want to just I don't know, get like a weight just so I could be in child's pose all day, but with the pressure to actually get my sits bones on my heels.
They sell the sandbags.
Yeah, but I need like 100. I think maybe the advantages of maybe children's yoga, you just have a child sit on me. One of my own children. I'm not
have your child just sit right here.
Yeah, just like do homework.
When I used to teach group classes, I would come around and do this to almost every student. Because I would do several child poses to any student that would feel comfortable. And it was a whole different world for them.
It's amazing. I recommend Peter to a friend. It's like the assists are amazing. He's a certified massage therapist, so he really knows what he's doing. When I have privates, my assists are like much more basic because I'm an attorney by trade, and I just, you have to know what you're doing or not do it at all. But I use like the back of my hand for some assists and things like that. But Peter, as a licensed massage therapist, he knows what he's doing, and it's incredible. So I recommend him to a friend. I wish I could share all of that with you guys.
Okay, young lady, I'm going to ask you to please
But Peter, I'll demo for you anytime because it's just awesome.
Especially child pose, right?
Yeah, I'm like, test on me.
Now I'm going to ask you to please come into, make your way onto your belly, and then come into happy baby. come onto your back. Make your way to happy baby. Very, very challenging to come into happy baby on your belly.
We'll figure it out. In aqua yoga, we could
Exactly.
do that. That's our next series.
Exactly. Now, in this happy baby, lift your head, tuck your chin, press the back of the head down. Nice. Now, press your sacrum down. You feel that stretch in the lower part of your spine?
It's amazing. Like my spine has never felt straighter.
Nice and flat. Breathe. And you get a little bit more stretch in your hamstrings. You could use the floor, the ground, as like biofeedback for yourself. Like, in other words, what do I mean by biofeedback? Like, by pressing your sacrum down, I would demonstrate, but I don't suggest everybody demonstrate. Do you mind if I demonstrate actually what I mean by pressing the sacrum down?
Yeah, no worries.
Come over. I'm gonna do it from the side. I tell people to take their sacrum and press their sacrum right down.
Oh, it is interesting, like with that biofeedback you do. Like, cause I thought my sacrum was down, and then when you put his hand there you can do it with your own hand actually.
Yes, you can.
So it's like you think you're pushing down with your tailbone, but when you put your hand there and you kind of mentally tell yourself to squish your hand, then you're like, oh no, that's
It's a
what
big difference.
pushing it down is. And
It's a huge difference.
it's interesting, like mentally, I thought, okay, I can visualize where that spot is on the mat, squish it, but I didn't squish it the same as like when there's
Right,
a
it's
hand.
up and down.
It's hard to articulate, but I think if you guys put a hand under and you just mentally try to like
Or ask a
squish
friend.
it,
Ask a friend or ask someone.
you also feel your core engaged.
Yep.
So part of really getting your sacrum into place, it's not just flexibility, it's actually engaging your stomach muscles to really like push that tailbone down.
So exactly what you just said. Think about pulling your your pubic bone up towards your belly button. That gets the sacrum down. You feel that?
Yeah.
All right, Ashley. Now.
And I'm sorry, I'm kind of like, because I was using like sacrum and tailbone interchangeably. Sorry to go off on a tangent, but like on the bones guy, can you just like show us? Okay, because
Sure. So
we all didn't get A's in bio.
sacrum is here.
But I can't escape it.
The sacrum is here. So
Okay.
the
Okay, it's
tailbone
not
is a little
totally the
lower.
tailbone.
Right. To get the tailbone down, you can get the tailbone down as well. It just takes a little bit more pressure, a little bit more engagement of your core to get the tailbone down. Like if you pull your pubic bone up towards your belly button, you can actually feel your tailbone move.
I see. So the sacrum is the bone right above the
Right
tailbone.
above.
So it's it's like that little curve. Okay, that
Exactly.
is really
Exactly. And then when you're
interesting.
pressing it down, what happens is this part of the body is obviously the skeleton will move, but this is a natural curve, and what happens is this begins to straighten and flatten out. You get a nice stretch in your lumbar spine, get a nice stretch in your sacrum, you have muscles and ligaments that go through here, and then you get a little bit more freedom in your tailbone.
What's awesome with children's yoga is when you introduce it earlier, it kind of like trains their muscles and ligaments, and then they retain it for
a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, now plant your feet onto the earth, and then just do one more time. Sway those feet side to side in windshield wiper. Go slow. Go slow.
Thank you for showing that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's also a way to kind of integrate biology and core disciplines within the children's yoga curriculum.
Okay. Now from here, Ashley, here's the big ask. Bring your feet a little closer together. And then press yourself up into bridge pose first. Good job, Ashley. hands there. And then now, from bridge, release your hands. Take your hands one at a time and then place both hands onto the ground by your shoulders. So you're going to have to, like that. Now walk your fingertips towards your shoulders. Even.
I'm just gonna put my hair up so you don't.
Do you want to get you something?
Oh, it's okay, but like the worst is when you have your hand on your hair and then you push up and your head moves, but your hair doesn't.
I tell everybody to join my club because you never have to worry about that. So in this pose, in this prep, there's a big ask here to be mindful that you have the flexibility in your shoulders, right? So you have to have flexibility in your triceps. Let me just stay right there.
And actually, like, this might just be enough and very interesting for people.
Exactly.
And also, even if you can do wheel, maybe your body doesn't need it right now. Like, maybe your body needs restoration, and this is almost kind of like a little mini Armin version.
That's right.
I'm just gonna go off and tell a story. So basically, one time I was scuba diving and my ears couldn't equalize, and I was really, really bummed out, and everybody went diving, and I just had to like snorkel around the boat, like waiting with the captain because my ears wouldn't equalize. I couldn't scuba dive, so it was really, really disappointing. But then when the day was over and we all exchanged stories about what we saw, I swam with the dolphins, and everyone who scuba dove and went really far down, they didn't see any dolphins.
Wow.
And so, you know, there's cool stuff at every level, and advanced is not necessarily better. You're not supposed to go up to the dolphins, they were wild, but if they come up to you, it's okay. And like, it was literally like, they wanted to play. It was the most magical experience. It was a whole family of dolphins. I don't know their exact, relationship, if they were just friends, if there was a birthday party, I don't know the details, but there's many different sizes, so I assume it's different ages, and they just wanted to play, so we just like had a really fun day swimming around the boat together.
Awesome.
Anyway.
So thank you for that. Thank you for that share, because that's right, there's experiences at every level.
Yeah, at every level. So the snorkeler saw more than the scuba diver.
Exactly. So see how Ashley's arm is like this? This is technically how her arm is. What happens is here, you're getting a stretch in your triceps. And you're also beginning to stretch your rotator cuffs right under here, and you're stretching your rib cage because it's open. Now, what I ask Ashley to do is spread her fingertips wide for support, right? And then walk her hands a little closer to her shoulders. Yes. And then this might be perfect for you. And this is all you might do. And then we're gonna do a couple little preps, and then we'll have Ashley's hands come out of it, and then we'll go into the full pose. So it's the reason why I'm taking so much time is it's a big back bend. So I'm going to ask Ashley to press into her feet, the balls of her feet and heels, and then just a gentle lift of your hips. So right here might be your wheel pose. And this might be an amazing experience, swimming with the dolphins.
I also want to say, for teaching, for children's teacher training, breaking it down this way actually just teaches them how to do wheel, and they can work up to it. So it's not like, oh, the kids in gymnastics can do it and the kids who don't take gymnastics can't. Like, if as teachers, if we actually teach our students, then we can carry them.
Exactly.
And I'm
gonna come over and assist you when we go into the full posture. So press into your hands again, press into your feet, lift your hips even higher. Now, press into your hands and just gently lift the upper body. Just a gentle lift.
Like half.
Yeah, that's it. Just a gentle lift, and come straight back down, and then come out of it, and then bring your knees to chest, come to happy baby. Good job, Ashley. So I'm going to offer an assist, if that's okay, in wheel for you. Okay, great. Now, I'm going to ask you to come right back down, plant the feet onto the earth. Walk your feet towards your hands. Good. Now, bring your hands, let's make sure you're nice and even here. Bring your hands right up to the shoulders. thumbs facing in towards the ears, which is important. Some people might be like, where do I put my hands? Now walk your hands towards your shoulders. Good job, Ashley. Now, press into your feet. Press into the feet nice and strong. Now, press into the ball of the feet. Press into your heels. Now, press into your hands, and then begin to lift the lower body all the way up into wheel pose. 3 breaths in wheel. And now engage your glutes, and then lift your hips just a bit higher, just an inch. 1 more breath. Inhale. On your exhale, very slowly, begin to bring your head chin to chest first, and then lower your hips, lower your head, chin to chest, and then hug your knees to chest. Beautiful, Ashley. Should we have her do 4 more of those?
It's such a good stretch. They say spinal flexibility is so good for health.
Yoga is about spinal health. I don't know if anybody's ever told you anything different. Yoga is all about spinal health. If your spine is healthy, you have a better chance of being very healthy and having flexibility in everything in life.
It's so important because your spine is the communication pathway for your body. So, you know, I mean, we can think of the highway being congested or not fluid. So when, you know, it's like clearing the road.
Awesome. So from here, I'm going to ask you to just gently begin to bring your arms out to shoulder height, palms facing down. Bring both knees over towards the left side. And then extend your legs to the left. Stretching out that lower back. Good job, Ashley. Just breathe into this. Everything about what we're doing now is all about restorative. And now very gently begin to bend the knees. Inhale, and you'll come onto your back. Inhale, knees up to center. Exhale, knees over to the right. Extend your legs to the right. And then very, very slowly begin to bend the knees, hug the knees to chest. And I just want to go over something. When I offered the assist to Ashley, I forgot to mention that I wasn't like lifting her. I was just there as a guide. She was using all of her strength. My arm under her lower back was just as a guide, just like the feedback I gave her when we did the stretch for the sacrum. Same type of thing. You want to offer assist, but remember, you don't want to like have all your strength underneath it, because the student needs to learn to use their own body, their own strength and flexibility to be able to get into each pose. So I just wanted to say that. Now,
I was gonna say, yeah, basically it just encouraged me to push up higher and to push myself more in those two situations. Like, yeah, it was more like a biofeedback kind of thing.
Yeah, like
to engage
more muscles.
to further engage more muscles. Like, like kind of like a light touch, like, hey, wake up, muscle, like, I see you there, get to work.
Exactly.
Get your head out of the sand.
And anytime you offer an assist, if that's how you choose to practice, which, it's not a requirement, but it's a choice, it's a personal choice. If you choose to offer a hands-on assist, it's not about using your strength and lifting your client or student into that position. It's about just guiding them, a gentle little guide, gentle little press here, gentle little press there, so that they have this space to like say, oh, I'm supposed to be up here instead. Because sometimes proprioceptively, we're not aware of our bodies in space. That's a big word, proprioception. All it really means is being aware of our body in space. Sometimes we're not aware of how our body should be aligned in a certain pose. So sometimes having that little assist right in the lower back is like, oh wow, my chest opens up more. Oh my goodness, my head, I can relax my neck more. I can relax my shoulders more. Why? Because you're much more open.
And that's especially true of children's yoga. They're literally learning proprioception. That's why having a mat or if you can draw a rectangle and chalk or something like that, to just kind of show them like where their body is. They might bump into each other. It might be on purpose, but it might honestly really just be a mistake because they don't recognize, how long their arms are. Their arms are growing every day. So like imagine if your arm was growing every day, you'd be bumping into things too.
That's right. I mean, there's another way to demonstrate this pose on your forearm, but I don't know if you would be,
we're gonna duke it out live on
we'll do it
YouTube,
another day.
So, no, it's okay. I'm happy to.
No,
like,
we'll do another day.
I have
You did enough back then.
okay.
We're in restoration.
I'm happy to try anything because basically what's gonna happen, I love this quote that said, may your imperfection, like how you deal with your imperfections, like may that inspire others or something like that, being perfect. I don't know, watching perfect people do perfect things all the time can sort of feel a little self-defeating. So I'm happy to try something and fail, and may that inspire everyone that they can do better.
We're not gonna fail.
Well, anyway, who knows? I'm game.
Okay. Well, no, we're good. The reason why I brought it up is because if you look up Talpor Chun Lynch, the oldest living, she's unfortunately passed away a few years now, she assisted me on my forearms at the age of 96.
Oh my God.
95.
So amazing.
She assisted me into that pose, which to me is my most profound moment as a yoga teacher.
Wow. I also have that wheel.
Yeah, you can do
over it there, so that also helps with the elbow thing.
Yep, exactly. So
but that's so amazing that you had, the privilege. I told you guys when we started this video that Peter has an incredibly rich yoga lineage to impart with us. So that's so amazing that she assisted you in wheel, and then today, randomly, our pose of the week is wheel. So the universe is aligning.
Yes.
And that's super, super incredible.
And another gentle way, Ashley mentioned the yoga wheel, also a physio ball. If you don't know what a physio ball or exercise ball, just a simple, I would recommend a small one.
We have a lot of
this
cool
is good for
toys
kids.
Off camera.
This is good for kids. I mean, this is like for kids, but just lying over this ball, just to prep the body for this, is wonderful. Just to open up the chest, open up the shoulders.
I liked how you had, you clasped the hands together.
Yes.
At one point.
You get a little bit more. What happens is when you clasp your hands, you stretch your ribs here, which is kind of nice. And then, like Ashley can drop her hands down, and she can bring the hands down and just begin to roll and just play right there. You can have your kids, if you have enough balls like this, you can have your kids play in this pose, and this could be their assist. So just know that there's plenty of ways to offer assistance in these poses.
Without even touching.
Exactly. Like, don't be afraid to use any tool to be able to like say, oh, that's thinking outside the box. I just say get rid of the damn box. But my philosophy is just get rid of the damn box. I think that's thinking outside the box. Just get rid of the box. And you don't have to think outside of it, just get rid of it. And then right there, that's a perfect way to open up the shoulders, open up the chest, and that's very restorative for Ashley. If Ashley released her hands and just just have her arms come to the side, that's an amazing, amazing, amazing way to
I mean,
progress.
honestly,
Good night, restorative.
This is like Club Med for free.
Exactly,
I
Club
mean,
Med
that,
yoga.
That costs like, I don't know, maybe $10 for the fall.
Exactly. Club Med for yoga.
Yeah, this is like, you know, happiness is a state of mind.
That's
and
right.
I think I'm there right now.
That's right. Happy girl.
Super awesome. Hallelujah.
It's just that.
I think I'm going to call this Hallelujah.
There you go. It's just a nice way to open up the upper body, right? Just so.
And it's like squishy and fun. And
yeah, squishy and fun. Again, another way to assist in wheel pose, right? And then what happens is your client, I don't want to actually doing this because she did enough back bends for the day. Another way it is to, while you're on the ball, is you could have your students gently just lift their hips up to practice engaging their muscles. They might not have the strength. Just practice engaging their muscles. You know, just practice. Just really, really practice engaging your muscles. So just know that there's many, many, many different ways. I also am pursuing, yogis never stop learning, at least this one doesn't. I'm going to embark on a yoga therapy training, probably this year or next year. So I have 500 or 700 hours worth of training. I'm going to embark on 800 more hours.
And by the way, he's been our lead trainer, training our trainees another 700 hours because our RYT 200, 300, actually 1,000 hours of training because the RYT 200, 300, 500, no, actually 1,200 hours almost, and then the prenatal for 85 hours and this RCYT for 95 hours, so it's almost 1,200 hours of teaching training.
Teaching training, yep.
Wow, that's a lot.
But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I don't think of it as hours. I just think of it as just sharing in the gifts and the joy of being yogis. All right, young lady, we're going to ask you to come at us. We're going to do some more restorative, I promise.
Okay, well that was awesome. I think that's going to be my happy place.
That's right. We all have a happy place. Now I'm going to ask you to come onto your back.
Okay.
Hug your knees to chest. And then come into a happy baby. Nice, actually. So we strengthen the whole entire back side of the body with all of the back bends we did today. In today's yoga practice, we did just about every single back bend. There are a few more. There's camel pose, which is another big back bend. There's fish pose, which is another big back bend. There's many, 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 many.
And we've done camel in a previous week.
Yep, previous week, exactly. So just know that all of those poses can help here. Prep you for this pose. And then I'm going to ask you to bring your right knee over your left knee. Right knee over left. Reach for the opposite ankles. Now, bring your feet out to the sides. Now, pull them into chest. Big stretch for the outer edge of your hips, IT band. And then bring both arms out to shoulder height. With your knees crossed, bring them over to the left side. Deeper stretch for the lower back. And then from here, inhale, knees come up to center. Uncoil the legs, left knee over right. Reach for the opposite ankles again. Bring the legs out, feet out to the sides. Give that little squeeze, pull. Arms out to the sides, shoulder height, and then both knees over to the right. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, knees up to center. Uncoil the legs, come into our happy baby again. See if your sacrum is nice and flat. Do you want that feedback again, or you feel like you can get it there?
I feel good, and honestly, you learn something every day, and we've been doing this together for years, but basically this class, it really clicked the difference between my tailbone and sacrum. So now I feel like I'm more precise in this pose. So it's really, there's so much in micro tuning that you can do. So even something like Peter and I love going on tangents about Tadasana. Like we could teach like a year-long class on just Tadasana, and it's sort of like, you can just go deeper and deeper and deeper, like a cell, an atom kind of thing. I mean, and just basically in these poses, like really using isometrics to really isolate the sacrum, and I mean, it can be a lifelong concentration on just like one micro area.
Just a little tangent thing too, just while you're in this happy baby, because you can stay here forever. Just a quick thing. When I finished my 200-hour teacher training, I did a barter with one of my yoga teachers for massage and yoga, where I had her take me through each pose once a week to break it down to these minuscule things with minuscule cues as well, so that I can further be able to teach people yoga from a physical, mental, emotional, breath, embodiment point of view. That's how I wanted to pursue yoga. What do I mean by that? I mean, just like Ashley said, tiny little micro movements to learn the difference between this is how I engage this versus this. And how with all this little knowledge, all these little micro things, how much the body has to offer us if we allow the body to offer it to us. So that's another way. Visualize every aspect of our body, using our muscles in every different way. Yoga teaches that to us. And so does embodying the movements of the body and all these little intricate muscles. All these muscles are here for a reason. We might as well use them. One of the reasons why there's so much injury in this world to our bigger muscles, chest, biceps, quads, hamstrings, glutes, lower back, is because our little muscles are no longer doing the work of little muscles. So guess what? Our big muscles are taking over and doing double duty versus being primary movers. What I mean? Quadriceps, thighs, just for walking. Hamstrings for deceleration. That's what I mean by that. So from here, I'm going to ask you to place your feet onto the earth. And let's do some windshield wipers side to side. Everything is about restorative. We're going to restore Ashley back to Ashley. Well, I don't know if we can do that in this one class.
That's going to take a whole team.
That's another teacher training. That's the
that's the like not live on YouTube part.
Believe me, I need some of that too. So
it's a little bit messy.
Yeah. Whose isn't? Whose isn't? Whose isn't? We're all a little messy. And just like with every yoga practice, I highly suggest practicing on your own. Let it be messy. Practice in the mess. Be muddy. And then come out like a lotus flower. Remember, the lotus flower grows in the mud. So be muddy, be messy, just like the lotus flower. And one day you will blossom into, each pose will blossom into however they can be for yourself. And it's not about being perfect. It's about being embodied into embodying each pose into the way your body can mold and form into it without force. In some poses you will like more than others. Do I have my favorites? Absolutely. Does Ashley have her favorites? Absolutely. Ashley loves wheel pose. It's her favorite pose. Not. But
I do like wheel.
yes. But I think your favorite pose is Savasana.
Yeah, but Savasana with like props for the lower back and like in cactus or goddess.
Yes.
Savasana.
Okay.
A good old stretch.
Good old stretch. Now from here, you're going to extend your legs directly out in front of you. And we're going to come into your favorite pose. Bring your feet to about 8 to 10 inches apart. A little bit further.
And just make it cozy.
Yes, you got it. Arms away, arms and hands a little further away from the body. And allow your chest to just soften. Imagine your thighs softening, the belly softening.
Can I be annoying and just ask like for a prop or something to really open up, because I like it felt so good in wheel opening up, and I kind of just want to like continue that. So for more of these Savasanas that really open you up, check out our RPYT course, because we do a lot of that in those videos. Right, this is amazing. So if you just have something along your spine, it can really open up your shoulders. Thank you so much. This is amazing.
Do you want to
Peter
blank?
is the best actually with prenatal. He's the best at everything, but for prenatal, when you really need it, it's amazing. So he just knows like how to do it. So feel free to take note and copy this use of props. And
Do you want your blankie and bottle?
oh, no. But a bedtime story.
Bedtime story. So, bedtime story will be a meditation. How's that?
That's awesome.
So, imagine yourself feeling the support of Mother Earth beneath you. As we begin to turn our focus and attention inward. As you turn your focus and attention inward, begin to take an internal scan of your body. As you take this internal scan of your body, begin to draw the breath to any areas of tension so that you can fully relax, release, and let go. There is no place to go, nowhere to be, but here and now. And slowly begin to draw attention to the space between the eyebrows, where our intuition lies, our third eye, intuition, wisdom. And imagine that space just opening as we soften our eyelids. Draw attention to our face, where we hold tension unconsciously. Allow our lips to part, to relax our jaw, and let the tongue just hang. Let the tongue be like bleh. Notice how that begins to relax our jaw, which begins to relax our neck and shoulders and back of our head. It allows our thoughts in our head just to drip further into our support. Draw attention to our heart center. Notice the beat of the heart, the rhythm, that life that's within us. What pumps blood to every single cell of our body. Draw attention to our belly. Where our immune system, our gut. Envision our health right at our center of our being. Ridding our body of anything that is unnecessary. Letting go so that our hips can relax. Envisioning the blood flowing through our midsection, our gut, our small intestine, large intestines, and eliminating anything that does not serve us. At times we may hold on to things that are in our subconscious. And as we work our way down to our hips, imagine your hips just opening and letting go even further as we feel the support from Mother Earth, being that she's got you. Allow yourself to let go. Draw attention to our thighs that do so much work for us. They propel our bodies forward. They sustain us. Our calf muscles, our knees, our calves and shins and our feet, our foundation. How we kiss the earth each day with each step. And let's draw attention to the back body, the bottom of our feet, our calves, our hamstrings, our glutes, lower back, mid, upper back, back of the neck, shoulders, back of our head, and through our crown. Envision your body supporting you. We've got you. Continuously scanning our body for any areas of tension so that we can fully let go. Surrender. Release. thoughts arise, come back to your breath. Meditation is not about forgetting our thoughts. It's about acknowledging and accepting, and know that in this moment there's nothing to do, but just allow them to just pass. Imagine our thoughts like clouds in the sky. Just observe them float by without grasping for them, without attaching to them. And then very, very slowly begin to bring awareness back to the body. As we begin to wiggle our fingertips, wiggle our toes, gently, gently rotate the head from side to side. Planting the feet onto the earth. Hugging our knees in towards our chest. Just be mindful that there are props. Some people truly forget where they are, so you have to remind them that they're on a prop and you're elevated a little bit sometimes. So just know that. Some people fall out of the crib sometimes.
It is super relaxing.
It is very relaxing. And then come on over onto either the right or left side. Gently press yourself up into a seated position. Be mindful of the props around you. And then come back to closing your eyes or having a soft gaze. And just notice how you feel. You did it. You saw yourself in the pose. You did it. With any extreme or advanced poses, I always suggest a nice deep savasana relaxation coming out of it, because you work slowly coming in, you have a height, you do a lot of back bends to reach that height, you do the most extreme back bend of that sequence, which in our case was Dhanurasana, the wheel pose, and then you back yourself out slowly, working your way into full relaxation, full surrender, to draw the energy down. It's like giving the body a gift at the peak and at the end. A reward, if you will. And then gently begin to draw the hands to heart center. Bowing our chin to chest in honor of us, thanking us, you, the individual, for taking the time to be here, to learn, to guide, to be a channel, to facilitate ease, practice, to share ShareLove.Fund, and the healing power of yoga. light in me honors the light in all of you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you so much to all of you. If you are not already enrolled in our RCYT, you can join at ShareLove.Fund/train. Big round of applause to Peter for teaching for a cause today. If you too would like to gain teaching experience and give back to the community and help us give degrees to at-risk youth and incarcerated women, you can volunteer to teach for a cause by emailing yoga@sharelove.fund. Have a blessed day. Namaste.
Have a blessed day, everyone. Thank you.